Hi folks, hi everyone, and welcome to my channel. Before we dive into today's video, let me take a moment to quickly introduce myself. I'm Siddharth, fondly called as Sid. I'm from India, where I've lived a large part of my life. I am an HR professional with over 10 years of experience, and I've lived and worked in various parts of India, in Latin America, in the UK, and I'm now living in Dubai. I like to dance, to travel, I love food, and I love to collect new experiences. On this channel, I want to share with you my experiences of living and working abroad, more so as an HR, and also things that have helped myself, my wife, who's an HR professional too, my friends in their work lives abroad. I will also share some of the things that I've learned along the way and some of the unique experiences that I faced. While there are many things that we learn, unlearn, or relearn when we move to a new country, but probably the most important and the life-changing one is landing your first job in that country. And this is particularly true for young students, trailing spouses, and others who enter a country without having a job in hand. This video is about tips and key things that are important to land your first job in a new country. First of all, let's look at some of the challenges we face when we move to a new country, particularly in terms of finding your first job. When you move to a new country, everything is new to you, especially if you're living in a new country for the first time. There will be cultural differences, the language could be different, the way you meet or greet people could be different, the weather could be different, and don't underestimate this one, and even your most favorite foods may not be so easily available. Basically, you're out of your comfort zone with even the most basic activities and are highly likely to miss out on key things to consider to land your first job. And that is where this video and the tips I'm going to share are going to come in handy. So let's dive in. Before you even begin your job search, the first and the most important thing to know if you have the right to work in that country. And the easiest way to check this is to look at your visa category and check if you have the right to work in that country and what all professions can you work in. For example, in the UK, if you are on a dependent visa, you can work on almost all fields of work. Another important thing to keep handy is the document or proof of right to work. For example, in the UK, a recruiter could ask for your share code, which you can easily generate on a government website, using which the recruiter can validate your right to work in that country. So find out these important and relevant documents and keep them handy because you will be needing them. Find out the most important or popular hiring channels. What are hiring channels? For example, in India, Naukri, LinkedIn, IMJobs are the most common and effective hiring channels. These are the portals where most of the companies post their job advertisements and where they find candidates. Now this may differ from country to country, but with a little bit of research, you should be able to find this out. Also, depending on which industry you're looking for a job in, there could be specialized hiring channels for those industries. For example, Mandy is a popular hiring channel for jobs related to creatives, films, or TV. Likewise, Care Jobs is a popular channel for care jobs like nursing, etc. So finding the right channel is very important so that you should focus on those in your job search. Another important research that you should do is to find out what kind of roles are available. For example, apart from full-time roles, there could also be part-time roles, contractual roles, voluntary roles, freelancing roles, fixed-term contract roles, maternity cover roles, and other roles where the competition is less. For example, in my wife's case, she targeted short-term and maternity cover roles, and that worked really well for her. You should also consider voluntary roles in order to gain some local experience if you don't have any. Equally, depending on your skills, you can also try to pick some freelancing work because it's very important to gain some local experience, as that becomes a big impediment that you face in this journey of job search. Another important thing that you must remember to do is to check if your current qualification is recognized in the country you're moving to. For instance, for certain professions like lawyers, doctors, or teachers, you may have to get additional qualification or have to register with local authorities to be able to practice in the new country. For example, in the case of HR professionals, while I have completed my MBA in HR from a reputed business school in India, a CIPD qualification was more widely accepted and recognized in the UK. Having said this, there may be other professions where a demonstrated ability or a skill is valued more than a degree or a qualification. For example, roles like video editors, graphic designers, UX designers, the skills are more important than having a particular degree or qualification. So find out the role that you're looking for and what is accepted in that market, and then go for either a qualification or to get hands-on experience for skills that are important for those roles. Another very important tip coming from HR, and I'm sure the other HR professionals watching this video will vouch for this, is to make sure that your CV is ATS compliant. Now, an ATS is applicant tracking system. It's essentially a software that companies use to manage the CVs that they receive from various applicants. And this ATS system uses the concept of keywords to filter CVs and to sort them out in the right priority. So if your CV is missing some keywords, you're likely to miss out on being shortlisted. And there are a lot of applications out there, a lot of websites that you can use to make your CV ATS compliant. Make sure you do this. So friends, these are some of the tips that I wanted to share with you based on my HR experience. And while I've learned these from my own profession, but they've been used by my family members, my friends, and they have found them really, really valuable. So as long as you're using them, you are in the right direction of finding your first job. Well, these are some of the tips to get you started. In the coming videos, we'll talk about the effective strategies of applying for jobs online, building a network in the new country, how to prepare for interviews, and also how to just hang in there and wait for the first job. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please do like and subscribe, and also share with your friends and colleagues who might find this video useful. Ciao.